All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live and ready to go, and much welcome to this Sunday Zoom and workshop about USWAP. We're going to have a look at what USWAP is, how it works, and how can you participate in it, and how will it benefit you. This is a DeFi service, an abbreviation or a shortening for decentralized finance. And we're also going to have a look at the proprietary governance token that belongs to USWAP, the UME, as well as the proprietary governance token of the eclipcity ecosystem, EFT. But we are going to have a look at USWAP right now. That is going to be the focus. A USWAP is a decentralized exchange. That is what a DEX stands for. So it's a decentralized exchange protocol. That means that it is based and built upon smart contracts. It is running on the blockchain. It is fully decentralized, and it's no company that is behind this. There is no, cold storage wallet that is keeping things, or bookkeeping, or whatever such. This is an exchange. This is a decentralized smart contract protocol where anyone can swap, trade instantly, or they can be a part of that exchange and provide liquidity to it. We're going to break down a little bit of these words as well. Now, if we're looking at USWAP as it is right now, we are seeing the swap section, the exchange itself. This means that on this page, on uswap.me, you can swap between any TRC20 tokens that we have listed on USWAP, and you do so instantly. There's no need for a KYC. There's no need to create an account. There's no need to deposit. There's no need for withdrawal, because when you interact with USWAP, you interact with a smart contract. That smart contract will connect to your wallet automatically. So if you're on a desktop like I am right now, you will need to have the Tron link extension. That is how you can connect with smart contracts through a Web3 interface on a laptop. Now, if you're using your mobile, you will be using TronLink, Clever Wallet, Token Pocket, any of these dapp browser wallets that will allow you to access smart contracts and dapps through their dapp browser. So you access the exchange by just simply typing in uswap.me. It will connect automatically to your wallet, and it will show you your assets. Now, if you want to swap on the exchange, you simply choose the token you want to swap from, and you choose the token you want to swap to. So let's say I want to swap from Tron to USDT, and I want to swap, so I have 100 USDT. That would cost me 3,182 Tron currently. That is the price of Tron. Now, the price on a DEX algorithm is also, or on a DEX, is following the price on the market itself. There's a unique DEX algorithm that is setting the price for this. Now, if I want to swap, I just click on swap. I confirm the swap. I see that I will give 3,182 and I will receive 100. That means I'm purchasing it at a price of 31.823 per USDT. The price impact is 0.01, so practically nothing. And the liquidity provider fee for this is 9.555 TRX. Now, I will confirm the swap, and I will need to confirm it in my wallet as well. And let us go back in, and we will now see that there we go. I now have 100 USDT in my wallet. So what happened right now is that through the DEX protocol, through the smart contracts, I now deposited Tron into that smart contract, and that smart contract sent USDT to my wallet. That is how a decentralized exchange works. It's so simple. Now, so that is how you swap. That is how you use. And anyone, anywhere, at any time can go in and swap. There's no downtime. It's 24/7, open for all. It's a protocol running on the blockchain. Now, if you would like to participate in, for example, providing liquidity to USWAP, that means you are now going to start earning from USWAP as well. Now, providing liquidity means one thing. It means adding crypto to the exchange. So for example, in order for me to now do a swap between TRX and USDT, there needs to be a smart contract that holds both of these cryptocurrencies. That's the swap pool. So when I swap, like I did now, Tron to USDT, I sent Tron into that smart contract, and that smart contract sent USDT out, because that is what it contains. So if I want to provide liquidity, and that is what makes this decentralized and for the people, because the users are the ones providing liquidity. And when you provide liquidity, you are the ones that are receiving the swap fees from the pool that you provided liquidity to. So for example, anyone that has provided liquidity with TRX and USDT into USWAP, they are sharing every single swap fee when people are swapping between Tron and USDT on USWAP. And as more people use this swap, as more people come to interact, as the volume grows, the swaps will become more, and the revenue to the liquidity providers will just grow and grow and grow. So how can you actually become a liquidity provider? Well, you actually, very simple, click on liquidity. And as you can see, I have already added a lot of liquidity. That is why you see all of this. But as a new one, you will need to click, there will be nothing viewing under here. You will click add liquidity. Now, when you add liquidity, as said, you need to add 2 types of cryptocurrency in the equal dollar amount. So if I want to add liquidity with Tron and USDT, let's say that I just purchased 100 USDT so that I can add liquidity. I want to add liquidity of 90 of those 100. Now that will mean that I will enter 90 USDT and I will enter 2,858 Tron and deposit that into the liquidity contract, the liquidity pool contract, where other people are now swapping. This allows people to put TRX in and receive USDT out, or put USDT in and receive TRX out, because the pool is filled with liquidity. And that liquidity comes from users. And all those users are receiving their share of the swap fee generated in those pools. So let me add this liquidity. I click on supply, I confirm the supply. And of course, I need to confirm it in my wallet as well. We go back, and now you see that I have now received pool tokens. I added 90 USDT, 2,858 Tron, and I received 4.82 pool tokens. Now, my liquidity, the USDT and TRX, will always remain in the smart contracts of USWAP, because it's used there for liquidity, so other people can swap between, and you will now earn a revenue. Now, with the LP token that you received, you are given an additional opportunity, an opportunity to farm the governance token of USWAP UME, also the governance token of the Eclipcity ecosystem, which is EFT. We're going to get to that a little bit later. Now, we are focusing on USWAP. We just added liquidity to the TRX USDT pool. And what happens now is that every time you see my pool share is 0.0126 something, and every single time there is a swap conducted in the TRX USDT pool, I receive 0.012% of that swap fee. If you hold 1.2%, you receive 1.2% of every single swap fee. If you hold 9% of the pool, you get 9% of every single swap fee that is coming in and in that pool. And that is where the users, the people that are here helping to build and sustain this DEX contract, making it the #1 DEX on the Tron network, and soon to be the #1 DEX on all networks, to be rewarded. So that is how you add liquidity. This is how you can actually generate an additional income through participating and using what you have and adding that as liquidity. You will earn swap fees. Now, we have a few other different sections that I want to show you as well. We went through the exchange and the liquidity. Now, we also have something called vote. Now, the vote is where the community governance comes into play. Now, we recently had a vote where we are going to list a new token on USWAP, provide it with liquidity, and provide that token with a UME farming pool. Now, we can see that from the four choices, BRG, which is Bridged Link, DICE, Live, and Bankroll Network, the winner was BRE. The community that is holding UME, that has been farming UME through USWAP, is the ones that is voting this on. They're using their UME to vote for their favorite project, and while they do so, they're also farming and earning more UME at the same time. Now, this is a very, very important segment for USWAP, because what this does is that it allows USWAP as a DEX, a decentralized exchange, to be governed by the community. We do not decide which tokens are going on or which tokens is being listed. You do. The UME holders does. So whenever we have a new listing coming up, we will present several choices, and you can all who holds UME vote for that project. Now, this will also interact a lot of these communities that are applying and requesting to be listed on USWAP, which will draw attention towards both USWAP and UME as the governance token, because if they would like to make sure that they win, well, they will purchase a lot of UME and vote for themselves so that they get into the list. So the voting feature is brand new. It is a very nice, a cool feature, and I do believe that every one of you will start to see the importance and the benefits of this voting section and of holding UME, because it has so much value for you when it comes in terms of the development of USWAP. What tokens are being listed? What pools are you able to farm UME with? What pools are you able to farm EFT with? And so forth. So the voting section there is very nice. Keep an eye on that. We will, of course, announce whenever we have a new listing or a new voting for a new listing to come up. Now, finally, we also have a section called pairs. Under pairs, you will find every single pair that you can trade with on UME. So basically, it shows you every single pair. It shows you the liquidity. It shows you the trading volume the past 24 hours, and it shows you the transactions that has been happening the past 24 hours as well. And as you can see, we are stacking up on liquidity, 980,000, 1.5 million, 1.4, 500, 2.81 million, 600,000, 400, 500, 1.2, 1.1. So as we can see, guys, more and more people are drawn towards USWAP, providing liquidity to it and benefiting from the yield farming that we also provide. Now, what also brings a lot of people here, what I want to make you guys aware of is that, because we have been talking about, the swap fee. And if we're looking at JustSwap, they have a swap fee of 0.2. If we're looking at Uniswap on Ethereum, they have a swap fee of 0.3. Now, there is absolutely not a single DEX out there that can compete with the swap fees of UME. The swap fee of UME is 0.003. That is the swap fee, and that is about 100 times cheaper than the leading DEX on the market, Uniswap. 75 times cheaper than JustSwap. And what will this do when people start to realize this? The users, the traders, the swapper, the ones that does arbitrage and trade, they will flock towards USWAP. Why? Because they pay 75 to 100 times less in swap fees. And that will bring the millions and millions of users, which will increase the amount of swaps, transactions, and fees paid, which will then regulate or more or less cover up the liquidity profit that is given to the liquidity providers. 0.003% fee for any swap you do on USWAP. That is the cheapest rate you can find on a DEX or a centralized exchange. You will not find it cheaper, and that is a highly competitive advantage for USWAP. Now, going back into the pairs, I wanted you guys to have a good look at this page, because as we know, we can see all the pairs we have that you can trade between, but going into these, we will see an overall statistics of it as well. we can see a graph of the liquidity from day one and moving forward. We can see exactly how much liquidity has been added in the TRX UME pool and how much is currently. You can follow the volume of trading of swaps and how much, how many, how much, and how much volume is used. You can follow the price of TRX. You can follow the price of UME. There is so much. You can go in and you can see anything of the transactions. You can see all. You can look at the swaps. You can look at the adds, the removes. You have everything here. So anyone that wants to deep dive into Uniswap, or I'm sorry, into USWAP, to find whatever they're looking for, it's through pairs. We are going to open up an info section as well, which will hold the info of every token that we have listed and their 24 hours performance on the overall market as well as the USD value, so that all tokens that we have listed will have its own page, which will be listed, which will list each token, the 24-hour difference between it and a dollar value currently, so you can follow this as a graph as well. So guys, if you want to have a look at the different pools, go in, have a look. For example, look at this. The EFT pool, EFT UME pool has just skyrocketed with liquidity. We can see 2,543 EFT in with 34, almost 35 million UME. No, 35,000 UME. I'm thinking about TRX here. So we can follow all of this. We follow the price of EFT. We do know it's skyrocketed, high. The price of UME, according to EFT. Everything here is for anyone to fully analyze and see what is going on with USWAP, with the pairs, the trading, the swapping, where and how is the demand growing, and so forth. And of course, you have the page assets, which will basically show you every single asset that is listed on USWAP and the amount that you have with the dollar amount to it as well, and your total funds. So this will actually break down the USWAP overall. I do believe we have went through everything that it has. The exchange, the adding of liquidity. You can find your assets, so you can see exactly what your wallet contains. The voting section, where you can, as a UME holder, can vote towards upcoming projects and listings on USWAP for community governance. And of course, the pair site, where you can see every single pair we have, follow their graph, their liquidity, their volume, their price, and much, much more. Now, USWAP is created to be the first safe DEX on the market. There is no other DEX that is as USWAP. And that is because we do not allow anyone and everyone to list whatever token they have. If you look at other DEXs, you see duplicate tokens, you see fraudulent projects, and anything like that. That's not going to happen on USWAP. Every single project that requests a listing on USWAP will be audited, assessed, and vetted by the Eclipcity team. And then it will be presented to the community of USWAP holding UME, and you will be the one that vote one of these projects to be listed on USWAP. So you hold the power of USWAP. Now, we have talked about USWAP. We've gone through the basics of using it, of providing liquidity, of voting, of checking the pairs, of checking your own wallet with assets. Now, before we move on to the next, let's have a look at these three dots up in the corner as well, because this is as if you are a developer and you would like to have your token listed on USWAP. You can go here, click on listing, and all right, we've removed this now because we are redoing it, but you will be able to click on listing and you will be taken to a new form where you will be entering the details that we require, and then you are in the listing process. Now, we also have a help section. This is very, very important for everyone to know that we have, because the USWAP Help Center shows you more or less everything and anything you need to know and learn about. And this will be ever expanding. We will be adding a lot, especially of new listings, and again, UME and EFT. But as we know right now, we have how to add liquidity, how to remove, how to exchange tokens, how to connect a wallet, how to use USWAP in mobile. And it is a very thorough introduction and a walkthrough. So you just follow the steps here very, very simply. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then swap success. So, it's a very, very good tool for everyone to use to get more familiarized with USWAP, with the DEX exchange itself, and how it works. Now, for anyone who is not in the official Telegram group of USWAP, UME, and EFT, please join that through this. And you also have right here Audit 1 and Audit 2. This means that USWAP DEX, the protocol, the smart contract protocol that runs USWAP, has been audited and approved, of course, and not just by one, but by two different independent companies. We have Slowmist and we have Cybercrime Shield that has audited USWAP to the bone. And we are approved and we are among the best DEX out there. So have a look at the audits. You will also find them on their respective websites, as always, because that is how you can actually verify that the audit is true. And you will also find UME Finance and EFT Finance, and of course, Eclipcity here. This is what we're now going to have a look at. We've been looking at the exchange. Now, I want us to have a look at UME Finance. Now, UME and UME Finance is the proprietary governance token over USWAP. As I've been explaining through the USWAP explanation as well, UME was created because of USWAP. It is a yield farming project, and the only way that you can accumulate UME, unless you want to purchase them on USWAP, you can farm them. You provide liquidity to USWAP, and then you stake the LP token. Remember, I added TRX USDT, and I received a certain amount of LP tokens. Well, that TRX USDT LP token, I can now use to farm UME. Let me see if I can find it here. Here we go, TRX USDT. Now, this is a farming pool. And as we can see, the farming pool started on the 27th. Right now, there are 3,500 UME left in the pool. The farming speed is 321. Now, let me just update the page here so that it goes down. Let me see here. Now, as you can see, the 4.8 LP tokens that I received from providing liquidity to USWAP is now showing up right here. You have 4.82 LP tokens. So what can I do with them? Well, I can add them into that farming pool, and I will now start to earn UME. So what I do is that I click on select. If I want to farm UME after providing liquidity, I can go to UME Finance, or I can actually do it through USWAP. I'll show you that as well. But I go to UME Finance, I click select on the pool. You're on stake. I click max. What's important to recognize is that the browser only reads 6 decimals. So if you have more than 6 decimals, remove the last ones and then click stake. Confirm that in your wallet. And then we go back. Let me see here now. So as you can see, the TRX USDT pool, I have no personal info here right now. Once I've updated it, I go down, TRX USDT pool. I now have personal info because I have added my LP tokens to farm. Now, my pool share is 0.01253, as you can see. With that, I am farming 0.04 UME daily, which equals to about 40 TRX. That is my farming speed of the 100 USDT and the $100 of TRX that I added into liquidity. Now, I can farm this for up to 14 days, and then a new pool will start, and I can farm more. Now, what we do recommend people to do is to compound whatever earnings they have. So you can claim UME at any time. We do not recommend you to sell UME. We recommend you to compound it and farm more and maximize your benefits. You can do so by taking that UME and pair it with, for example, TRX. And you can add that LP token into farming, and you will now start to farm in 2 pools. So now you have double revenue coming in and you're earning more UME. Now the UME you earn, you can continue to compound to maximize and optimize your UME earnings, or you can actually use that UME to get into the EFT farming as well. Now we're going to talk about that very, very shortly. UME, first and foremost, 23 million total supply. That is the total emission. There's only 290,000 UME on the market currently. Let's just have a look at that to be sure. Let me see here. Explore UME supply. We see 207,000 in staking, 94,000 in circulation. That means we have 303,000. Yeah, this one we don't need to actually look at because this one is kind of integrated in this one. So total supply right now is 301,000, almost 302,000. That means practically nothing, not even 1.5% of the total supply that is to be farmed. And the only way to continue to receive or to continue to emission the UME is through yield farming. That is the only way. There is no sell, there is no pre-sale, there's no ICO, there's no nothing. The only way is by providing liquidity to USWAP and then stake and earn UME. You have multiple pools where you can do so in. And once you have UME, you have now opened the gateway to EFT. Now, EFT is the governance token of the eclipcity ecosystem. It only has a total supply of 75,000. 75,000 is the total supply, the total emission supply. It will not be less, it will not be more. The circulating supply right now, my friends, is less than 8,000. And the only way to get EFT is either by purchasing it on USWAP according to availability or farm it. Because the only availability that is on USWAP is what people has already farmed. So if you're smart, you would be farming UME and then compounding that UME so that you have multiple pools farming UME for you. And then you take that UME and you utilize that and you farm EFT. Now you're double dipping into two of the most powerful and high potential DeFi tokens on the Tron network. Guys, UME and USWAP was launched on November 9th, listed at $1. Today, UME is about 33 to 35. EFT was listed at $12. And today is around, I believe, $350 or $400. And that's in less than 3 months and less than 3 weeks. What we have accomplished through USWAP, building a community and growing a demand for farming UME and EFT has been extraordinary. It has been beyond anything else, and there hasn't been any DEX or DeFi project out there that has had the same kind of success that we have had in terms of community growth and community revenue. Because every single person in our community that is farming UME or EFT is earning. They are creating profit and revenue for themselves. Now, what a lot of people also do know and have as focus is that they don't care about the market value. Why? Because they're farming this token. Everything they're receiving is 100% free. It's pure profit. And they can utilize these tokens to generate more profit. That is the whole idea of decentralized finance. It's about using what you already have to generate more. You do so by providing liquidity with the tokens you already have, and then you can start farm a new token. And with that new token, you can use that to farm a second token. Now, instead of only having 2, you suddenly hold 4, and you continue to farm continuously. Now, the EFT farming is absolutely, as I said, it's only 3 weeks since we launched this, and it has had a tremendous momentum, but it's not near anything of what we are about to see. We are, as we know, developing multiple use cases for both UME and EFT within the ecosystem, games, lending protocols, more DeFi, and a whole lot of things coming up. And those of you who are farming and holding UME and EFT today, I can assure you that you will be a happy farmer, happy farmer. Now, I want to go back into USWAP because I want to show you the UME and the EFT through USWAP as well. Now we have UME Finance, which is the farming site, and we have EFT Finance, which is also the farming site. Now, what a lot of people also need to understand is that on USWAP, you can see UME and EFT as well. This means that you do not need to use UME Finance or EFT Finance. You can actually just provide liquidity, and then you go to UME, and right here, you will now see all the pools that are available to farm UME. So if you want to provide liquidity to farm UME, you actually just click on UME, and now you will see, all right, so what can I pair? What do I need to pair to farm UME? I can pair Litecoin with UME, Litecoin with Tron, Tron with UME, HT with Tron, WBTT with Tron, KLV, JST, USDJ, BTC, Ethereum, EFT even, Sun, UME. There's so many tokens that I can use to provide liquidity and farm UME with. And there's going to be even further. There's going to be even more. But this is where you choose. Let's say, all right, I want to provide liquidity to JST TRX. This is the pool. Let's see this pool. All right, it has only a staking fee of 2%. API is 337. It will end on the 10th. That means that we have 11 days of farming. It gives out 128 UME a day. All right, this looks like a good pool. I want to go into this. Now, you go to liquidity, add liquidity, select TRX, and select JST. And then you select the amount of TRX and JST that you want to add. You only need to put in to the one because it will automatically count for the other. So you need to add the equivalent value of both. I click supply, I confirm the supply. Now I go back into UME. I find my pool, JST TRX, that I just added liquidity for, and I click on stake. Now, I didn't add liquidity, so I don't have an amount, but you will be able to then click on max and enter amount. Now, you just did the exact same thing through USWAP as you would have done through UME Finance by finding the pool here, selecting it, and staking it, and doing the same thing. So you can actually use both. The UME Finance is an interface that is connected to the UME farming smart contract, and that is also connected within the USWAP DEX exchange. I actually prefer the overall view and look within USWAP because it makes it so much simpler. This new update, as you can see, it really breaks down and it shows a very nice graphic and image over the pools that are available. It's very easy to select. All right, so I have Tron. What else do I need to farm? Okay, well, I see that TRX UME is one of the highest, pools paying, farming 321 daily. So, all right, let's do this. What I'm now going to do is that I'm going to take half of my Tron or half of the Tron value I have, and I'm going to buy UME, and I'm going to pair that UME with the Tron, provide liquidity, and then I'm going to farm even more UME. That, my friends, is the way to go. Now, EFT is the exact same thing. You can view the EFT pools as well. Now, EFT is pooled mostly with EFT token or UME. You will only be able to farm EFT if you already have UME, so to say. So as we can see, we have EFT LTC, WIN UME, Ethereum UME, EFT USDT, BTC, KLV, USDJ, Sun, HT, JST. We got them all. So any token that you hold from the Tron network that is verified and approved within the entire network, such as these tokens that we have right here, you can farm both UME and EFT with them. So I hope that you guys had a good understanding of what USWAP is, how you can utilize it, how you can benefit from it, and also what UME and EFT truly is. Because yes, it is a cryptocurrency. It's traded openly on the market. USWAP DEX is the only exchange that is actually allowing people to come and buy or purchase UME and EFT. And the more demand for UME and EFT that grows, the more people, the more users will come to the USWAP to purchase these tokens. And what will they do when they buy them? Well, they will add them into liquidity so that they can farm more, so that they can increase their profits, because this is what it's all about. That is what DeFi is all about. All right, my friends, I do believe that we have been going through what I wanted to walk us through this time. Now I'm going to stop the share. We're going to have a quick Q&A. Let's see if there are any questions. If you have anything, put them into the chat box, not the chat box, but the Q&A box, and I will be looking into them right now. Apologies. Now, one question: why don't we have UME TRX pairings in the EFT farming pool? Let me see here. UME TRX. So the reason we don't have UME TRX in the EFT farming pool is because that is the only UME pool that we allowed to continue to farm UME. As you can see, all UME pools are farming EFT, while all non-UME pools is farming UME. You have only LTC, TRX that is prepared with UME to farm UME. The reason we have LTC is because we recently deployed the wrapped version of Litecoin so that people can actually wrap their Litecoin and utilize that value and go into DeFi, because they can't do that on the Litecoin blockchain. The TRX UME is there because UME is originally paired with TRX. TRX is the proprietary token to the entire Tron network. So in order to actually list the token and get a value calculated on it, it needs to be paired with with TRX. Now, so the reason we have this pool farming for UME is basically because we want people to get more UME. You need more UME in order to actually farm more EFT. Now, we are looking at the coming week. As we know, we have a few updates that will be coming on. We will actually be talking about them on a different Zoom. Let me get back into the chat here. So regarding the UME TRX pairings, it will be coming up in the EFT pool as we go. There will also be UME pools that will be coming into farming UME. So rest assured, we will have a lot coming this coming week. This Zoom was very informative. Thank you so much. My pleasure, Guillermo. Thank you so much for being on. The dedication from you guys is unbelievable. So let's just continue to do what we're doing, and that is just to conquer. All right, suppose I'm using EFT TRX to farm EFT. If TRX double in market value, will this impact the farming speed and power? No, it will not affect your farming speed and power at all. So if the value goes up or down, that will not affect it because you have an LP token that is in staking. So even, let's say the value drops 50%, you're still farming the same amount as you did earlier. If it increases 50%, you're still farming. What it will do, though, is that you will have a read on impermanent loss, because if now when the value fluctuates, let's say that you have EFT and TRX, and now TRX suddenly increases and EFT decreases, that means people are selling more EFT to get TRX. That means that in the pool that people have provided liquidity, more EFT is coming in and more TRX is going out. That means that your liquidity can alter. The amount of EFT you added and the amount of TRX you added will differ. You will get less TRX and more EFT. because people are putting more EFT in and taking more TRX out. That is the way the trading goes. So I highly recommend you to have a read. Just Google impermanent loss. Read the article for Binance or from Huobi. Very, very good articles. The name impermanent loss doesn't really give it the right justification, because there's actually no loss in terms of impermanent loss. It's just a loss after. It's not a loss. Have a read on it and you will understand more. Let me see here. Sir, we should have higher API in the pure UME or EFT pool. This will definitely increase value of both tokens. I'm not really sure I understand your thinking right there. You're saying that if we increase the API in the pure UME pool and the pure EFT pool, that means that they have a higher supply and they can farm more. It will increase the value of both tokens. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. The EFT and the UME solo pool is there for you to be able to compound and not sell your UME and EFT. It's not for flooding UME and EFT to the market. Basically, we weren't supposed to have an EFT and UME pool at all. But because we did see that people were farming UME, then selling off half of that UME so that they can pair in liquidity again to farm more, to compound, we decided that we will open up a pure UME and pure EFT pool so that they don't need to sell off, because selling off now to try to farm more will bite you in the ass. I'm sorry, it will. It will backfire, because the amount you farm now will never be as high in the future. It is at its highest right now. That means the API and what you are receiving is at its highest. If you go look at Sun and Justlin and all that, you want to hear their API? That's between 8 to 17% yearly. Our API is between 300 to 700% yearly. So there's no one who can actually compete with that. And having people saying to me that you need to increase the API, you need to increase the supply, you need to give us more rewards, that just goes against everything and anything, because you're asking me to flood the market to give you guys more tokens so you can just sell it off for a quick profit and dump the value. No, I'm holding back on these UME. I'm giving you less API so that you understand that the value of these are more than what you know it is, and than what you think it is. The less API, the higher the demand. The less API, the less you receive, and the less you want to sell off, because you want to hold that UME, right? So I'm not really sure if people are suggesting this to me because they actually think it's a good idea, or because they just want to farm more UME as fast as possible. No matter what, it won't happen. We won't increase the API just like that, because that won't increase the value of the token. If we put more supply out, then we give you guys more UME to sell off, and the price will decrease. What is going to happen right now, as we announced yesterday, is that from every pool renewing starting on the 5th, that is a non-UME pool, you will actually need to purchase UME in order to be able to farm. If you provide liquidity with TRX and USDT, $1,000 each, $2,000 together, well, you need to purchase or have UME worth $1,000 in your wallet. And when you go into farm, that UME will be locked and frozen into a different smart contract, and you will receive that back when you're done farming. What is this doing? Well, anyone that has not been here with us farming UME already, if they want to farm UME, well, they will have to purchase UME. And who are they purchasing UME from? USWAP. And who has added UME on USWAP to sell? That will be you guys. So when more people come to farm UME, they need to purchase UME in order to farm in the non-UME pool, or they need to purchase UME to farm in the UME pools. So no matter what, there will be a pressure towards UME. We already have a massive demand towards farming UME because people see and know and realize that it is highly profitable. And they will continue to do so. Now, when a new member comes into our community and asks, how can I farm UME? They have two options. They can provide liquidity in a non-UME pool, for example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or I'm sorry, Bitcoin USDT or Ethereum TRX. But if they provide $1,000 in Ethereum and $1,000 in TRX, they need to have $1,000 of UME as well to lock all together, 3 types of cryptocurrency. So that means if they don't have UME, they will need to purchase UME to go in and farm in those pools. Now, if they don't have UME and they don't want to farm in a non-UME pool, well, they are still recommended to buy UME. And then, for example, if they have TRX, we don't recommend them to swap half of that TRX to USDT and then farm in the non-UME pool. No, we recommend them to swap half of that TRX to UME and then pair the UME and TRX to farm in a pure UME pool. So no matter what way we go, any new member that are coming in to farm our high potential proprietary DeFi governance token over USWAP and eclipcity will have to purchase some of these tokens. Now we have implemented a strategy that has never been seen in the DeFi sector. We are the first to actually implement this. A lot of people have embraced this and really seen what this will do for the community. Well, others haven't really truly understood it yet. But what I can tell you that is, with this new strategy, with this new requirement for you to come in and farm UME, it's not about you. You already been here. You already have UME, unless you sold it off. If you sold it off, then you have to buy it back. Sorry. But we recommended you guys to farm whole as much as possible. Why? Because we know what's coming. We have a strategy planned out to execute to perfection to make sure that this project with this community has all the success it can have. So when I say recommend farm UME, hold UME, it is a reason for it. And the reason right now is because if you want to continue to farm in the non-UME pools where there will be plenty of less people, so the API would just skyrocket, well, you have the UME you need to get in there. And the farming speed and the farming reward in those pools, because less people are in them, well, might just be 2, 3, 4 times as much as in the UME paired pool, because so many more will now buy UME and pair that UME with 1 token and go into the UME pool to farm UME instead of buying 33%, 33%, and 33%, and then locking up 33 and going in with 66. But even so, if you do that, that will be highly profitable because others will exit the pool. Well, we who have UME, for example, I will farm in those pools because I know the API will be massive and I have no issue locking up my UME in a frozen smart contract, knowing that they will be there for me when I unstake again, no matter what the value is, if it go up or go down. That is the whole idea. So we just talked a little bit about the demand, increase of usability and such sort. Now, another one, Andreas, is there a chance that the 3% fee will be reduced for the meantime while UME is at a low price? When I started farming, I had no problem with the 3% fee because UME then was at 2,000. You were right, we can gain more than the 3% fee, but now at the current price, the 3% fee is almost break even. No, I don't even want you, I don't even know why I read that. Don't forget, please forget that. It is not break even. If you paid a 3% staking fee and UME was at 2,000 and you receive or you farm that staking fee in less than 3 days, and now it's 1,000, that means you're farming that staking fee in less than 6 days, and you still have an additional 7 to 8 days where you can farm pure profit. So forget that you're almost breaking even. I am not taking that or not having that. And if you're looking at the fees, my friend, if you're looking at the staking fees, you will see 1%, you will see 2%, and you will see 3%. You choose where you want to go into. What you all need to realize is that this staking fee is what makes this community and this ecosystem grow. I truly hope that no one thinks that developing and providing and building what we're doing is free. It's just coming out of thin air, because I can tell you it's not. We have spent millions and millions of dollars on the planning and the strategic execution of these projects, and we're still spending millions of dollars to make more services, to integrate UME and EFT, to draw demand towards USWAP, to draw demand towards the entire ecosystem, to build more services, generating more revenue that you can tap into by holding UME and EFT. It's not about what market value it has now. If it's 2,000, 5,000, 1,000, or 50, it doesn't matter. What matters is how many UME you hold. Because guess what? You cannot govern USWAP with a dollar amount. You will not earn thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars in revenue share with a dollar amount. You will earn that and you will govern that with a token amount. So if you're not happy with the 3% staking fee, don't stake. If you're not happy with the 2% staking fee, don't stake. If you're not happy with the 1, don't stake. We are not forcing anyone to do so. Those who are staking to farm our tokens, they do so because they see that in long term it is profitable. If you're looking at what you're farming right now and claiming today and then want to sell that off for some Tron, you're definitely in the wrong place. You can do it, absolutely. There's no one stopping you, but you are not here because of the long-term vision. Anyone who's farming, let me just ask you this. Do you have more UME today than what you had when you started farming? That's the simple question. If you have more UME today than what you had when you started farming, you're in profit. You're in a good place. Because guys, whatever value it has right now on the market, if you guys want to talk about that, it won't stay that for long. What do you think will happen when we require every single person that doesn't have UME to purchase UME to farm UME? What do you think will happen with the price? What do you think will happen with the demand? So I appreciate that you bring it up, but I didn't appreciate that you're almost breaking even, because that is just a complete lie. And if you're looking at the staking fees, there are 3%, 2%, and 1%. And the reason we're taking that is because we want to develop and build this ecosystem to generate more services that will generate more profit to you. Next one. Hi, Andreas. What makes you think that the API will be more attractive after the changes in the non-UME pools? All right, so let's see this. So it's not a guarantee, but it is something that I do believe. Now, for example, let's take the BTC TRX pool. That will be renewed on the 5th. If you now provide liquidity of, for example, 10,000 TRX, $10,000 in TRX and $10,000 in Bitcoin, that's $20,000 in total. Now, for you to actually continue to farm again in that token, you need to hold $10,000 worth of UME. If you don't have that, you won't be able to farm with that amount. Now, if you don't have the additional money or the additional funds to purchase the UME you need to go in and farm, well, the recommendation and what most people would do is that they will unstake from that pool, they will convert their Bitcoin to UME, and then they will go into the TRX UME pool. That means they're now still buying UME and they're going in to farm more UME. And now they're farming UME with 10,000 TRX and $10,000 in UME. Instead of farming For example, let's say that if they didn't have if they didn't have more funds to buy UME, that means they would have to sell off 33% of the TRX and 33% of the Bitcoin to buy UME, and then farm with 66%, while 33% the UME is being locked in. Now, I am going to do that because I have no doubts that a lot of people will leave these pools because they don't have the money to buy that UME, or to buy an additional 33% above what they're farming with, but they do have the opportunity, and they want to be and be willing to convert one of their crypto to UME to farm more UME. So that is why I do believe that the API will be much more attractive in those pools, because those are the most attractive pools right now. The most people are farming in these 4 pools. But with the new requirement, I do believe that a lot of people will take one of their crypto and buy UME, and then pair their UME pool and farm it that way. Some will buy UME and continue to farm in those pools because the API is just skyrocketing. Me among one of them. All right, let me see here. Just a wild LD. Can't we ride along the way with Wall Street Bet's popularity by creating a new project and create a new token for VSB, basically a decentralized hedge fund? That way we'll be able to attract VSB community. Before we go into further of that, I am in communication with these groups and the admins for these groups. So guys, even if you don't hear me or see me work, trust me, I am working. Where to check the earnings of providing liquidity when the LP is staked? You cannot check the earnings until you actually remove the liquidity. When you remove if you're in the TRX USDT pool, all swaps in that pool is being set aside in a different fee pool. When you remove your liquidity from USWAP, you will be credited your share of that swap fee pool. So it's not possible to actually view it during the time. It will be credited to your wallet when you remove the liquidity from USWAP. Hi, when can we see the 3% earning from liquidity? You said that we maybe can display it. Thank you for this opportunity so much. My pleasure, my friend. Thank you as well. Okay, so just a correction. There's not a 3% fee. It's a 0.003. Now, for example, JustSwap has 0.2, Uniswap 0.3, Tron Trade, I think 0.3%. We have 0.003. That's 75 to 100 times less than any other DEX out there. Imagine what will happen when traders and when arbitragers and those are actually realizing that swapping and trading on USWAP will save them maybe 60 or 70% in swap fees, in trading fees. Don't you think they will flock towards USWAP and swap and start doing trades and arbitrage here? Of course they will. And the more pools we allow them, the more tokens we have, the more trading that we can give them, the more of them will come. And that is what will give you guys the liquidity revenue. Thank you so much, Andreas. Learned a lot again. Very glad to hear. Very happy. Which token will be paired with the BRG, with the bridge token liquidity pool? Well, we haven't really decided yet, but most likely 99% we will be pairing it with UME. And then we will open up a BRG UME farming pool so that people can farm UME using their BRG as well. Now, this would mean that anyone that is already holding BRG from their community will be needing to purchase a little bit of UME so that they can pair it and stake it and farm it. Andreas, are we going to need UME for the non-UME farm? What happens if the value changes in the middle of the farming? Yes, you are going to need UME for the non-UME farm. If you're farming with, if you're providing liquidity of $200, $100 TRX and $100 USDT, you need to hold $100 of UME in your wallet. When you add the LP tokens, when you stake, it will activate the contract that will draw the amount of UME from your wallet and put it into a frozen vault. When you unstake, that UME will be given back to your wallet, no matter if the value changes in the middle of the farming. If you put, if it's 10 UME that goes into the vault, then it's 10 UME going out of the vault. If the value is 1,000 when they go in and 10,000 then when they go out, it's still 10 UME. All right, I have absolutely no questions at all. Perfect, you know, everything is perfect. What we're waiting for is listing on Binance. I do hear this a lot. I want to reply to this. So you're not going to be seeing UME or EFT being listed on Binance or Huobi or KuCoin or whatever exchange in the near future. And why? Because we are building our own exchange. We are building the world's best, greatest, and overall, you know, easy to use decentralized exchange. We have two highly potential governance tokens that belongs to the eclipcity community and USWAP. Why, when the demand now is growing for UME and USWAP, for people to come in and purchase, for people to come in and swap, and for people to come in and farm, why do we want to give that volume to another exchange? Yes, we're going to get a little bit of exposure. People are going to see who we are, but you know what? They're going to do that anyway. Believe me and trust me that UME and EFT will be a household name within the next 6 months. Do you have the patience for 6 months, for 12 months, for 18 months? Would you have the patience to go with this for 3 to 5 years to be able to live in wealth for the next 50? That's the question, because that is where we're going. Can we mine UME with EFT only pool? Is it still active? Yes, it is. You just go to USWAP, click on EFT, and then you will see all the pools nicely selected up there. So you'll see the EFT pool and the UME pool. What wallet will you recommend me to make my withdrawal from TRX to dollars in US other than Coinbase? Please, because it's very expensive. Well, very soon we are shipping out our very own eclipcity debit card. So you will actually be able to convert any kind, or Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Tron to fiat, and you can withdraw that to your bank account. So very soon the eclipcity debit card will be available. We are just reaching, we are about to reach the 1,000 cards that we need to have for the bulk order. Once that's done, everyone will have their card shipped, and from there on, you know, it's going to be a lot of fun. Since the beginning, I haven't sold a single UME and EFT. I am with you and your vision, Mr. Andreas. May God bless you always. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to every one of you. Thank you so much for all the kind words that I see here in the chat box. It truly means a lot, guys. And it really warms my heart, and it truly shows that, you know, we are a community that shares the same vision. We are a correlated, united community. And you know what? There is nothing more powerful on this planet than a correlated community. You can, what I like to say, one small act doesn't change much, but if it's multiplied with millions, it will crush and move mountains. And that is what we're doing in Eclipcity. I love the strategy that people who want to farm UME with non-UME pools must have equal UME price. Big thumbs up. Thank you so much. You know, it is, a lot of people don't really understand this strategy yet. because it's never been utilized by anyone, not even on the Ethereum network, not on the EOS network, not on the Tron network. Eclipcity and USWAP and UME is the first ever DeFi service that is utilizing this strategy to put a tremendous pressure towards our own community token. If you want to farm our governance token that gives you control over our services, well, you would need to buy a little bit of them so you can get in and farm. We have, over the past 3 months, allowed every single member that has come in at an early stage to be able to farm in those non-UME pool and collect UME. And if you've been doing so without selling them, like our dear Mr. White Wahyu, I think it is. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Has done. He's been farming UME and EFT from the beginning. He will be able to go into those non-UME pools and farm with a high API because he has the UME he needs to put up in the frozen vault. He doesn't need to purchase more. But any new member that comes in, if they want to farm non-UME pools, they need to have the equivalent in UME. If they want to farm in a UME pool, well, they have to buy UME to pair it and provide liquidity. It's that simple. That is the strategy. Let me see. Is API not controlled by the amount of people in the particular pool, decentralized? Yes, it is. The API is controlled by how many people, not people, but how much LP tokens are farming. Let's say if you have 300 UME and you have 300 LP tokens farming. Well, that means that one UME would go for 1 LP tokens. Now, if you have 300 UME and you have 3,000 LP tokens in, then it's 0.1 UME per LP token. Or if it's 10,000 LP tokens in the pool farming, then it's 0.01 UME per LP token. So the more actually, of course, LP tokens comes from the people. So the more people and the more LP tokens that are in the pool, that is what determines the API. That is why you're seeing the API go up and down, because people are leaving the pool, people are coming into the pool, so it's decentralized, absolutely. Let me see here. What else we have? With the UME needed to be frozen to farm from non-UME pools, I think the demand for lending platform to lend UME would be high. Would this also be under the roadmap or usability of the lending platform in the future? You might see my smile. You might see. So you're straight right on point. You're very, very right on point. And I'm not going to talk more about that, but we do have a lending protocol being developed as we speak. And of course, it will bring value to us all. All right. Is there any pool you can recommend for a beginner in liquidity pools and UME in general? Well, the pool that I would suggest, or if you want to have, if you're looking at a pool with minimum volatility, you want to go into a stable token paired with something that is, for example, USDT TRX. TRX has been a little bit volatile the past couple of days now, but usually it's kind of been like a stable token. So if you pair those two, impermanent loss is not an issue or not something to be concerned. It actually never is something to be concerned about. But if you're what I recommend is that you should purchase some UME, and then you should pair that UME with some Tron and farm in the TRX UME pool. That is the pool that will farm you more UME now, and that UME that you're farming, you can actually use to farm more UME in the pure UME pool, or you can start compounding and farm EFT in the EFT pool. So if you have any more questions on that, please come into our Telegram chat group, and anyone and everyone will help you there. We have so many, from the community and the moderators, myself, we're all there to help out, because this is all about educating people. There's only there's only one out of the 20% of the world's community that knows about crypto, maybe 1% of those 20% knows about DeFi. DeFi is new. DeFi is the next revolution within cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And that is what we want to teach. We want to educate people, because this is not about selling an MLM service or whatever such. This is about teaching you how a decentralized financial protocol works and how you can actually utilize what you already have. If you're holding crypto, you don't need to just hold it. You can hold it in the smart contract, generating more without actually doing anything with it. You're still holding it, but you're now using it to generate more. You're not working hard. You're working smart. You're not working for the money. The money's working for you. The 33% times 3 times, can it be any amount we decide or can? Yes, 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 of course. So if you want to provide, if you have $3,000 and you want to provide liquidity in a non-UME pool, then purchase Bitcoin for 1,000, purchase USDT for 1,000, and purchase UME for 1,000. Now you're going to put 2,000, the BTC and the USDT, into the farming, while the $1,000 of UME goes into the frozen vault. Now you're farming in what I would see to be one of the most highest rewarding pools, and you're farming good rewards. And when you're done farming those good rewards and unstake, you get back the UME that you locked in. Now, if that's still $1,000, I doubt it, because a lot of other people will now have been buying or bought UME as well. The price might be higher. So you might be getting UME worth $2,000 out, because the amount of UME you put in is the amount of UME you get out. It's not about the dollar value. It's only about the dollar value when you're about to provide liquidity and stake and farm. In the EG wallet, can we get peer-to-peer trading facility? We'll have a look at that. I do believe that you're talking about peer-to-peer trading, kind of like what's it called? I don't remember the name of it, but so that you can actually trade with people directly, like having a marketplace or something like that. We are looking at, there's a lot of things we're looking at coming up with. So with the eclipcity wallet, that's about to be ready next week. So stay tuned for that. Mid next week is what I'm going to say. But we are definitely going to have, in the wallet, you have direct integration with USWAP, so you can swap and trade instantly through USWAP in the wallet. Now we're also about to build a marketplace where you can trade and swap between peer-to-peer through escrow services and decentralized smart contracts. So we are looking at a lot of things. The thing is that you guys are asking me questions that, and what about this? How can we have this? Shouldn't we have this? This would be a good idea. And the thing is, we're 90% of everything that you guys are already, suggesting, we're already building. It's just that it's not built over one day. It takes a little bit of time. But during 2021, my friends, just the first quarter, you will see a lot. Let me see. Damn, I see now. Let's build our empire on USWAP ecosystem. Absolutely, guys. We are going to do a lot more of these Zooms because I think it's important for you guys and for me as well to be able to project the right information and the right education towards everyone, because we are all, well, I were a beginner in DeFi for not long ago. Also, of course, I've been looking at one time I was a beginner as well, which many of us are. And when I started out, if I would have received the help and the guidance that I am willing to give, and that I'm trying to build a culture of this entire community to share with each other, we would have already been so much further. But this is what we're building now, a community where everyone supports everyone, where everyone helps and teaches and educates and informs people the right way with trustable sources of how blockchain and how DeFi and smart contracts and that industry itself can be it cannot be, it is the greatest innovation in industry on this planet. Unfortunately, it has had a lot of bad reputation coming from fraudulent admins, scammy project, ICOs, and all this kind of BS that comes with financial services. But we're about to change that. This is why eclipcity was created. This is why we as a community is developing the world's first decentralized financial ecosystem, tapping into multiple services and multiple industries, generating revenue in multiple ways to all of our users, fueling the entire ecosystem. A decentralized ecosystem where users are generating money for themselves and to the ecosystem that again generates more services to generate more revenue. An ongoing circulation of ecosystem generating profit and revenue. That is what we're building. Is it too late to get into farming UME without having to buy them beforehand? No. It's absolutely not too late, but I absolutely do recommend you to buy some UME and pair that instead. I have been recommending to farm in non-UME pools that you don't need to buy the UME, but that has been for the first 3 months. You can find UME pools that are lasting for another 10 days to 2 weeks, where you can go in and farm UME. Of course, absolutely, without the need to buy them. But if you're here to farm UME, you're here with the intention of getting UME, right? So my advice, my recommendation would actually be to buy some UME and pair that with the crypto you have. Right now, that would be with TRX because that's the only pool farming UME. I would buy UME and I would pair that with TRX, provide it with liquidity to USWAP, and then I would farm the UME in the TRX UME farming pool. That would be my recommendation, Luca. You're absolutely not too late to get into the farming of UME. That I can assure you of. The strategy of this strategy is only for non-UME pools. That you need to, if you want to farm in non-UME pools, you need to buy UME, because in the UME pools, you already bought UME, you already have UME, so we don't want to force you to buy even more. But if you don't have UME and you want to farm in the non-UME pools, then we're going to force you to buy UME. If you don't have UME and you want to farm in the UME pools, well, then you're forced to buy UME and pair it with liquidity to farm more. So what we're doing now is, during these first 3 months, we have built a massive demand. We have a very, very active Telegram community with close to 8,000 members in it. We have, looking at the dapp rate of statistics, we have unique users daily surpassing 2 to 2,500. That's massive. That is massive. And the amount of people that are farming UME and looking at UME, investing in UME and EFT is growing and growing and growing by the day. So the thing is, those who come in now buying UME, pairing it and farming it, when in 1 month, in 3 months, in 6 months, imagine how many more has come in, bought UME to farm UME. And the higher they start to buy the UME at, well, they won't sell it if it goes down. They will hold it till it goes back up again, and they will continue to farm. Guys, we are putting in a strategy that will more or less guarantee that the demand for UME and the price will rise because people will need to buy it in order to farm it. All right, let me see here. About about the NFTs. Absolutely, we will be talking about that. We are looking into NFTs. NFTs are non-fungible tokens. They are a cryptocurrency, but different from a cryptocurrency. It allows you to put real life or real world value onto the blockchain, onto a crypto, because in an NFT, every single token is unique. In Bitcoin, every single token is unique as well, but every single token is the same token, more or less, because everyone is a Bitcoin. Now, in an NFT, each token has its own, what can we say, its own identification number. So for example, if I'm a car dealer and I sell cars, I could actually issue NFTs and I can put every single car I have, one car on one NFT. And that value, the one that holds and owns that NFT will hold and own the value of that car. So that's kind of how non-fungible tokens works in a simple matter. Sorry, I just had a call coming in there. So we are looking into this as well, guys, but we're looking at a few months ahead. You know, we got so much coming already with the wallet, with the games, with the eclipcity technology, with the software, with the marketing and the academy. But trust me, we are developing a lot on the back end. All right, I think that was the Q&A. Let's see what we have, if there's anything in the chat box. Let me see. Dark mode, dark mode for USWAP. Yeah, Ivan, I'll talk to my devs tomorrow and see if we can get the dark mode implemented. I'm sorry that it has taken time. It has actually just not been the priority. But we will get a dark mode out there so that you guys don't damage your eyes looking at the beautiful interface of USWAP. When CoinMarketCap listing, if you go to CoinMarketCap and you type in USWAP, you'll actually see that USWAP is already listed on CoinMarketCap. Unfortunately, it is still listed as an untracked listing because they have tons and tons and tons of requests. So we are in a waiting period, but we're there. Once USWAP is now listed as a tracked listing, we are now then allowed to list any token we have on our exchange. So that means the second USWAP is a tracked listing on CoinMarketCap, UME and EFT will be listed as well. All right, I do believe that we have gone through most of it. Yes, we have. If there were any questions, guys, that we did not reply to or that we did not get into, let me know. Let's get back into the Telegram chat group, not chat box, the chat group, and let's see what we can do there, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. It is Sunday. I want to wish you all, a blessed Sunday and a happy new week ahead. We are going to have a lot of Zooms. We're going to have a lot of information and educational videos coming up as well. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much, guys, for everything that you do for this community. Together, we stand stronger in all ways. Always. All right, guys. Take care. See you soon.